Hello everybody, I hope you're all having a great day. Now we have some breaking news from Senate Leader Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer just did a press conference in New York City and urged Congress to pass more stimulus. But Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is not the only politician that is pushing Congress to unite and pass more stimulus checks for the American people. President Trump tweeted out yesterday that he wants Congress to go big and approve more stimulus for the American people. So before we get into the video, be sure to subscribe to my channel, click the notifications bell, and let's get this video to 1,000 likes to show Congress that we need more stimulus checks. Now let's take a look at what Senator Chuck Schumer said about COVID relief bills.
Here's what he said. Congress must now do a COVID relief bill. The word he spelled wrong was Congress. It should say McConnell. McConnell should do this because he's who's holding it all up. The Republican Senate refuses. The Republican Senate refuses to move forward on any kind of COVID bill that has any kind of relief for the American people. And now with even President Trump saying we need a big bill, we are urging McConnell to re-examine his position and work in a bipartisan way with Democrats and support the kind of COVID bill that meets the needs of New York and the needs of the American people. Again, he spelled it wrong. Not Congress, McConnell. Because Democrats in the House and Senate want to move forward.
Chuck Schumer has just blamed Mitch McConnell for holding back our second stimulus checks. He claims the Republican Party is the problem and they're not willing to negotiate with Democrats in order to help the American people. But do you think that is the case? Should everything be blamed on Mitch McConnell? Is he the reason why we have not received our $1,200 stimulus checks? I want to know what you think in the comments down below, because remember, Speaker Pelosi and other Democratic leaders promised us before the election that more stimulus aid would be given out. Pelosi even promised us that the House would not go on recess until more stimulus checks and more stimulus bills were approved. But she broke her promise. She also promised the airline industry that more stimulus aid was on its way and that they should not furlough the thousands of airline workers. But once again, it's another promise that Pelosi broke. So leave your comments down below. Who is to blame for holding back our stimulus checks?
We have heard for months, every time we get close to a deal, Senator McConnell says no. He has become the Dr. No of COVID, just like he has been the Dr. No of all the bills in the Senate over the last several years. But with President Trump tweeting, that is a push directed to Senator McConnell to get a bill done. So Senator Gillibrand and I are here today to say to Leader McConnell, get a bill done.
Now Chuck Schumer claims that the Democrats are willing to negotiate with Republicans, but that is not entirely true. Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and other Democrats in Congress are pushing the Republicans to pass a $2.2 trillion stimulus package or greater. Remember that before the election, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin and President Trump sent a stimulus proposal of $1.9 trillion for another stimulus package. But Pelosi disregarded the bill. She claimed that it was not enough for the American people. Even though the bill was $1.9 trillion and included more stimulus checks. And it included stimulus checks, unemployment benefits, and money for testing and tracing. But Pelosi disregarded the $1.9 trillion stimulus proposal from Trump and Mnuchin. So therefore, we cannot just blame the Republicans for holding back our stimulus checks. Both parties need to be held accountable. If you agree with me, then give this video a like. And leave a comment down below saying I agree.
We're willing to compromise, but Leader McConnell has not done that. He said he has 20 members of his caucus who want no money, despite the greatest economic crisis since the Depression, the greatest health care crisis since the Spanish pandemic flu. 20 in his caucus want no money. Leader McConnell should say the heck with you. You're out of touch with America's great needs, particularly as COVID is increasing.
So yes, Senator Chuck Schumer is pushing members of Congress, specifically Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, to work with Democrats and President Trump to get a deal done. ABC News reports that President Trump and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer were busy pointing fingers on Saturday as the long-awaited stimulus bill has remained stalled. For months, there has been little agreement between the White House, House Democrats, and Senate Republicans. And despite calls from Chuck Schumer and President Trump to pass a bill, there has been little agreement on legislation framework. One item that the White House and the Democrats have generally agreed to is another round of $1,200 stimulus checks. Beyond that, the sides have not seen much agreement. As I reported in my earlier videos, Trump tweeted Congress must now do a COVID relief bill and needs Democratic support. Make it big and focused and get it done. Later in the day, Schumer tweeted, "To Senate Republicans, Americans need to help fight the virus. We don't have time for games. We must pass the HEROES Act in the Senate." In late September, House Democrats proposed the HEROES Act, which included a $2.2 trillion in spending. Previously, House Democrats were pushing a $3.4 trillion stimulus package, which all of us know has no chance of passing in the Senate, especially since Mitch McConnell's in charge. The Speaker said, "This $2.2 trillion HEROES Act provides absolutely needed resources to protect lives, livelihoods, and the life of our democracy over the coming months. It includes new funding needed to avert catastrophe for schools, small businesses, restaurants, performance spaces, airline workers, and others." With that being said, I hope all of you found this video useful. Now be sure to subscribe to my channel, click the notifications bell so you never miss all the newest and most up-to-date stimulus check information. And let's get this video to 1,000 likes to show Congress that we need more stimulus checks. Thank you for watching and have a great day.